with that bombshell, I'm going to say this.
Come here, choose where you want to live, but make sure it's somewhere where you're going to be happy. I don't get involved with any negativity. The people I live with are nice, they're friendly, sociable, and that is just my life choice.
Morning. You've been gone about a year now. In general, are you happy about your move?
Yes, definitely. I wish I'd have moved earlier because I really enjoy my lifestyle now.
Really?
Yes, it's much more relaxing because the lifestyle in Bangkok can be quite fast. In Buriram, it's very slow.
Okay. And you like that, yeah?
Yes, I do, yeah. It's where we live, it's a nice little area. Got nice neighbours, nice people who live next door to us, very friendly. Yep. And nice little community. I really do like it. I wish I'd have moved there maybe 5 years ago. How
have you adjusted to the cultural differences of being in a small town, like maybe the only Farang in the village, so to speak?
Since I've been there, I've seen maybe 2 or 3 other Farangs, and maybe that's in Tesco Lotus. We don't really see a lot of white people or foreigners where we live, because it's just it's mostly a Thai area. The hardest thing I think is that people in ISAN speak a lot faster. Some of their language is a little difficult to understand because they don't, and you know when Thai speak to each other, they do speak really fast.
So you're going to have like the ISAN language, local dialect, you're going to have Khmer sometimes, yes, you can have all sorts of different stuff, right? Yeah. Interesting, mate. So you can hear, you started to hear the different sounds, like when they're speaking, maybe Central speaking, yes, ISAN, right?
Yeah. And we've got a little girl who lives next door to us, and she goes to a school where she learns English, and she comes around sometimes, she asks me to listen to her read something. The neighbours are great. It's like a community where my wife goes to the shop, she buys 30 eggs. She'll give the neighbour 15 eggs. So we keep 15 for ourselves. And
so there's a lot of bartering and stuff, people maybe hang fruit on your gate. And...
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Far's auntie came to visit recently. She lives in Austria.
Right.
And she gave me 10 bars of chocolate from Austria. Do I want to come round to eat food? Would I like to eat mugatar? She'll make some noodles, she'll bring them to the house. Or, like, we've got papaya tree in the garden. Far will take off papaya, give it to the neighbours. What's
it like? Right, let's walk out from your house to the local 7. Whoa, I thought that was a snake. What are you seeing? What do people like?
Wherever I go, people always want to say hello, hello. You know, they're building a road near, not far from where we live at the moment, and the builder always wants to speak to me, always. Yep. I go to the 7, the staff are really nice. Then opposite the 7 there's a really little nice cafe. I go in there maybe twice a week for a cup of coffee. Nice. And the young girl behind the counter and an old lady who owns it was apparently really rich, and she always gives me a chocolate, a couple of chocolates, and then I'll have a cup of coffee, and she'll buy a cake, she'll come over, give it to me, and then I always finish, I take it back to the counter for her, and she's really appreciative.
Do you think that she's just really welcoming, or she wants a bit of Steve?
Definitely never. She's a lot older than me, so no, she definitely does not want one of me.
She's just being welcoming, mate. Yeah, people are like that, you know.
And her husband, he's a Manchester United supporter. He likes Man United, and he always wants to speak to me about football, ask me which team I support, and sometimes when I see him when I'm out, he always wants to speak to me with his 2 little dogs, and he speaks a little bit of English, so...
No, so I'd ban him from Man United conversation.
Exactly, I've told him before not to wear that shirt when he speaks to me.
No more. Is there anything you miss about your life or your lifestyle from Bangkok? I mean, you lived in Minburi for 20 years.
I don't miss Bangkok.
Okay.
Sometimes I do miss Minburi because it was a great place to live.
And a lot of people knew you as well. You could walk about, a lot of people
exactly,
used to say hello, didn't they?
Even recently I went to the market. One of the girls says, I've not seen you for a long time. I said, I don't live here. She goes, someone told me you lived in Buriram. Right. I said, yeah, I do. And so some of the people in Minburi who I've met, I've never had any trouble in Minburi. The people, and you know what the area's like, and the people are really nice.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
But also in Buriram, the people are also really nice. Yeah. I mean, I told you a story about when I was in the market one day, and the postman came past. He went, Steve Walker. I says, yes. He says, I've got a parcel for you. On my bag. Yeah. My parcel, it was something somebody sent me from England.
I would argue though that your view of Mimori and your view of Nangrong is because you're a nice guy. Because if you walk about with a scowl on your face, or you're an arsehole, or you're rude, I guarantee you wouldn't get that. You know that if you go and cause trouble in Mimori Market, they'll kick the shit out of you.
Yeah, true.
But if you're nice, even the roughest guys will warm to you, won't they? And
we go to a market every Sunday.
right.
And it's a huge market. And I usually buy some Korean chicken, and the bloke always says to me, "I love you." I'm joking.
Yeah.
And he'll give me a couple of extra pieces because I'm always polite with him, and I'll pay him. I always talk. He speaks a little bit of English. Then I go around to a place to get some sushi. My sister farm. Tell him he gets 10 pieces of sushi. We'll only charge him 50 baht.
Okay.
So the people are very friendly. By fruit and
So you don't. I mean, there's no way you feel unwelcome living in the countryside.
No. And the good thing is it's a lot cheaper.
Is it?
Than Bangkok, yeah. We go out most days for lunch, and I pad thai, get kapow, and I'm talking it costs me what? Pad thai doesn't even cost me £1. Pad see ew doesn't cost £1. It's everything's about roughly about a pound, £1.20 in English money.
Yeah. So are you spending less money by moving up there or not?
Oh, a lot less money. I'm saving a hell of a lot more.
Really?
Yes.
Percentage-wise, how much would you say that you're spending less than you were in Bangkok?
Well, I don't pay no rent.
Of course, you built a house, didn't you? Yeah.
So I pay for the internet, water, and electric, which is about 3,000 a month.
Okay, yeah. You have the aircon on all night, every night?
In the bedroom, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I feel I'm going to get an addiction for those grabbing machines where you have to win a fluffy teddy bear.
Do they use them a lot in the provinces, do they? They're everywhere,
There's
right?
stalls everywhere. There's a shop with about 5 of them in the shop, and it's open 24 hours a day.
Have you had a go?
No, never.
No, not even once?
No.
If you're watching Far, Mrs. Steve, he said when he goes back, he's gonna invest at least a couple of £100 in those machines because he wants to win you something.
I used to live by the seaside a long time ago, and I know that you can't really win on those machines because it's like a little grab like that, and it comes loose a little bit. You aren't going to win.
What seaside town was that, mate?
Scarborough.
Yeah, if you're a Chelsea fan like me, then yeah, not the best memories from there. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, so I know you aren't going to win on those machines.
Yeah.
But you see families, but I'm talking adults, on those machines all the time, hoping they're going to win a little teddy bear that will cost you about 40 baht.
I guess it's the thrill of playing and trying to win. It's like knocking the coconut shine stuff years ago, wasn't it, in England, you know? Similar sort of thing.
Well, when we went to Surin last month to the elephant show, next to the elephant show there's a really big market that's open all night. You have to pay to get in, by the way.
Okay.
20 baht.
Into a market?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So we went into the market, and they have all these stores, and there's like a bingo store.
Yep.
You couldn't get a seat.
Bingo?
Yeah. Guys were playing bingo. But there's only numbers 1 to 30.
That's no good because you can't do two fat ladies 88. You can't do 69. You can't. You can do 2 little ducks.
Yeah.
Legs 11.
Yeah, I've told Far about those numbers. You play bingo and it's just like these little tokens, things like Leo caps or Chang caps or something like that.
Can they win money?
No. You win teddy bears.
Brilliant. That's what I want to do.
Teddy bears or
play bingo for teddy bears.
Yeah.
How do you stop from getting bored up there, mate? Because there won't be. I mean, you never were a cinema goer anyway, or stuff like that. I'd say you're not a man of simple taste, but you're not a man of expensive tastes anyway. What do you do to stop from getting bored, for example?
Well, in the morning I do a couple of hours work, then we go out for lunch, and I do a couple of more hours, and we'll usually go out for dinner somewhere.
What's that, teaching English online a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't do a lot because, of course, now I get my pension, you see. So I don't do a lot. I just go a couple of hours. We'll go out for the day. Like, so I told you we went to this big new temple they built somewhere in the Nangrong area.
Tell me about that, mate.
It's huge.
I mean, it's a complex. It's massive.
It's
right?
complex, yeah. And it's in the process of being built, and it's like I can't really explain what it's like. It looks very modern. It's built from sandstone. It's only about 60% complete, and when it's finished, it will be huge.
Why is it so impressive? It's built in the old style, isn't it? Like Angkor Wat.
It's built in the old style, and it's about 15 kilometres from where we live.
I mean, you're close to a lot of really cool places that people drive many miles to go to. I mean, Buriram, obviously, with the racetrack and the football. You've got Panom Rung, you've got Prasat Tammuang, all sorts. All those places we're into earlier in the year as well, and more, right?
Yeah.
But you said the community spirit's really big up there.
Yes.
Like she goes to the temple and everything.
Yeah,
right?
she was at the temple these last few days because a monk was laying in his coffin for 100 days, and they decided to bury him yesterday.
So what does she typically get involved in? Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but up in the more rural places like that, the temple still plays a big part, like the church used to. In that, it's the centre of everything, right?
Yeah.
So she'll go along there and help out, making stuff, cooking stuff.
Yeah, she makes food.
Yeah.
And yesterday she was helping out. There's like a big bowl of water, and they have these little things in, like you hook them out with an old fishing.
They're called ducks. They're called ducks.
No, little plastic things like that.
Okay, yeah.
And inside there's a number inside when you open them.
Yeah.
And it gets you a prize.
Right.
You can win Mama, or you can win Sunlight, or you can win a big, like a motorbike, if you get the right number.
Because we all know gambling's illegal in Thailand, but in this form it's everywhere. So how do you keep yourself mentally and physically active? Have you got, for example, any routines that you stick to?
I find that since I've moved to Buriram or Nang Rong, I'm much healthier. I go Monday, Thursday, Friday. I walk 10 kilometres every Monday.
3 times a week?
Yeah, because Vasa aerobics across the road. So I walk around the lake 5 times, which is about 8 kilometres. I walk from home to the lake, and then from the lake back to home. So it works out about just over 11 kilometres or something like that. When you're walking around, there's also lots of other people. You can hear them saying, "Look at the Frank's little long legs," and that sort of thing.
Must have drank a lot of milk. That's what you usually hear. You're told, did you drink a lot of milk when you were young?
There must be at least 200 people do it on the lake, because you've seen the lake near
early mornings and late afternoons, right?
Yeah. Usually about from 5 o'clock onwards.
Anyone has the luxury of time in Thailand, Thai people, they exercise.
Yes,
and they don't have that luxury of the time. They go to work pretty much.
Yeah.
Are you taking up any other hobbies or anything like that, or do you still just masturbate all day?
That's not every day.
Okay.
Just maybe a couple of times a week.
All right, you're a bit older now, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
If I walk from my home to 7-Eleven, there's a bloke goes past me most of it, and he was like, "Where are you going?" So just to 7-Eleven. So he was going to give me a lift. I said, I'm walking down there. I said, "I like to walk." He said, "Okay," and off he went. Sometimes I see him, he waves, and I don't know his name. He lives somewhere around where we do.
Right. Okay.
But and I met once I was at a restaurant. I saw three guys who were cycling around Thailand.
Right. Okay. Yeah, they're probably dead now.
Yeah.
I'm only joking, mate. But you know what it's like cycling trips around Thailand.
And they just stopped to ask me where I lived and did I know anywhere nice to eat or anything like that.
Right.
And where we live, there's some really fantastic restaurants. They're not expensive, they're cheap.
Do you hope you might meet a few people up there, or are there people close enough to be all right?
Every 3 or 4 months, I go up to either go to Sisaket, or Rob comes to see me.
Oh, that's an old friend of yours, anyway, lifelong friend. That's good. That's good.
Long time. Yeah. And
how long does that take?
To Sisaket?
Yeah.
On the bus, maybe about just 4 hours. But I tell you, we went to Surin, didn't I, a few months ago. Well, no, about 6 weeks ago, and went to the elephant fair.
Well, the roundup.
Yeah, fantastic day. Yeah. So there's lots to do in the area.
Tell me about the elephant roundup. So I always wanted to go. I never quite got there, but I know they do, like the Sampran Elephant Ground. They do the different things. But did they enact battles and stuff like that as well?
Yeah. It's explained in Thai and English.
That's good.
Because there's a lot of foreign people there.
Sure.
So when they have the elephants come out at first, and they'll the elephant's white here, and the lady said the elephants are really taken well care of. They're like a member of the family.
Right.
And then they do a battle. There's must have been well over 100 elephants running around the field. It's a big field, running around the field, reenacting a battle. And then they did a game where the elephant, it's like a relay, and there's like pieces of fruit every so often, and the elephant has to run, pick the fruit up, give it to the man on the back.
Yeah.
But no, the elephants were eating the fruit.
Okay, of course they were, mate.
So they played soccer, they played football, sorry.
Football, Stephen.
Football. And then they played
Dear, oh
basketball.
dear. Hang on a minute, I'd like to apologise for that.
Yeah,
Stephen's been here a long time,
sorry, yeah.
and he started to use the word soccer, which is completely unacceptable for an Englishman.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Right, let me just check my questions here, Steve. Oh look, I've gone, like I started on part 2, look. So should we go back to part 1, yeah?
Go on, then.
How does life in the provinces compare to the hustle and bustle of Bangkok?
It's a lot quieter. And one other thing I'd like to say,
Yep.
the air's a lot cleaner.
None of this yellow
Because
crap.
I've noticed in the last few days I've been here, the air's not very clean. But in Buriram, the air is really clean. The only thing I do find is that it's a lot hotter.
Yep.
Especially in April, like last year, it was every day was a minimum of 42 degrees, a minimum.
And do you think that slows the pace down of life there? Do you think?
Yes, life's it's not a fast pace. I mean, you see
Yeah.
people building the roads and they're like banging around. They're not really doing a lot of work.
That's the heat, though. I mean, people might call people like that lazy. They're not. It's just bloody hot, isn't it?
It is too hot. Yeah, and you see them when it's really hot. You see them having a sleep a couple of hours.
How long does it take you to get to Buriram Centre for the football or something?
The van takes 45 minutes. If going on the motorbike, it takes about 15 minutes to go to immigration.
Have you been to games? Sorry?
Yes, I went to a game about 3 months ago. I went to see Buriram against Thai Port, and it finished 1-1. Over 31,000 at the game.
Premier League standard?
Yeah, but it was and I don't know if you've ever been to the ground at Buriram. It is fantastic. It's
Yep.
easily the best ground in the country, and I'm hoping to go again in February because it's a Buriram against Thai Port again, because that was last season.
No scrapping with the Thai Port, no?
No.
I only asked that because you remember you showed me the video of the Thai Port game from years ago. They're letting off firecrackers and bombs and guns. Yeah, they were quite naughty, those Port fans. What else? You told immigration you go to. How's that compared to Bangkok?
Immigration are fantastic in Buriram.
Oh, really?
We went a couple of months ago, not for the last one, but this one. I went to immigration and I went inside.
Yep.
If I was parking the motorbike, she started to walk in, I was walking out, finished. It doesn't take no more than a minute.
Wow.
Last time I went, a few weeks ago, there was about 30 people in immigration. But they have girls helping on the counter who speak English.
Okay.
You give them your passport, you say what you come for, 90 days, okay, and you've got all this, what you want your visa, what you need for your visa. And I said 90 days. She said okay. She went round to the bloke. I thought, oh, we're waiting a long time here. I suddenly went, Stephen Walker. Straight out. They really are helpful. And they're much more friendlier than people in China.
Oh, I'd say that alone is a bonus about moving to the suburbs, shall we say? Do you know what I mean? To the countryside. Me and Steve did a big ISAN road trip earlier in the year. Some of you might have seen the videos. We went all over. We did like 2,000 plus kilometres in less than a week. But I stayed 2 separate nights in Nang Rong, and I can vouch the hotels there are cheap and good. What did mine cost? 500 baht.
Yeah.
Very nice place, mate. Very comfortable, you know.
What did you think of Nang Rong?
I didn't really get to see it long enough, mate. It reminded me just of a nice, quite small town. I mean, because I've got small towns to compare it to. I'd say it's more like a newer small Thai town. As in, it's not full of really old ancient temples, is it?
No.
But yeah, just nice atmosphere. No one was moody. No one scowled at me. Everyone smiled. It was fine.
Yeah. I do find that people are. I think they're more fascinated because they don't see a lot of foreign people.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, and they're very welcoming.
I felt there was no animosity though, none at all.
No,
you know, everyone was very, very, very kind and friendly. Like, I guess they are in most places, aren't they, mate?
The culture is the cultural difference which sometimes gets you, because people in Nang Rong are very religious, and they go to the temple a lot and every so often the temple gives away free food to all the people who have got a lot, because there's not really a lot of money up there, I don't think. Maybe Tesco Lotus probably employs most of the people.
So when you say they're really religious, do people, early mornings, do people still stand out waiting for the monks to give them alms and stuff like that?
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And have you noticed, have you noticed whether the monks are barefooted or not? Because in some parts of the country they are, and some aren't.
Some are. As far as that, so why is he in barefoot? And there's another monk who's not in barefoot. And it's something to do with which temple they're in.
It is. It's the abbot decides, I heard. Yeah. And I think it's also to do with what kind of ground they're walking over. You can't expect a monk to be walking over certain ground.
You see monks walking about every day.
Right, okay, so it's still a big thing then, yeah? What about, when you're walking about, what are the street dogs like compared to Bangkok? Are they vicious little...
No.
No?
No, there's a couple of dogs, those sort of browny reddy coloured dogs.
Yeah.
Very friendly. I've never been bit by a dog. In fact, one week we went for a walk one night, there's about 4 dogs. And I thought, oh dear. I said, I don't want to go down there. I said, don't worry, they won't bite. They all came up, started licking us and wanted them to be fussed and everything.
Every dog in the world wants to be told they're a good boy or a good girl.
Yeah. There's a dog that lives near us and he comes round. He's usually at the gate every morning about 6 o'clock. And we always bake food. Comes in, eats his food, off it goes.
That's his breakfast place.
Yeah.
That's where he goes every day, right? Where am I?
Yeah, I see you.
Steve, how would you rate your overall happiness compared to life in Bangkok?
Overall, in Nang Rong, I'm much more happy. Part said to me, do you not find it boring? I said, no, I don't. I said, I like it because it's a slow pace, and as you get older, you want slow pace. When you're younger, you want to live in Bangkok, don't you? You want the nightlife and
downtown, mate, slap bang in the middle of things.
Where the action is. But now, as you're older, I like the quiet life.
Okay.
I get up every morning, have a cup of coffee, sit outside for about an hour, drink my coffee, look at my phone.
Tell me about a great experience or a couple of great experiences you've had over the last year that you might not have had in Bangkok.
About 5 months ago, we went to a school in Sisaket, which is around the corner from where Rob lives. And Rob bought all the kids an ice cream in the school. And I went and spoke to a lot of the kids at the school.
Nice.
And then a few months later, Rob says, you must have made an impression at the school because the kids keep going to my house asking when you're coming back. So we're going to go back in about 3 months because we got a load of pencils and rubbers and bags and we're going to give it to the school. So Rob did a sponsored walk, and with the money he raised, they built a brand new classroom. The first classroom in the school to have aircon in the school.
Where did he walk?
He walked from his home to Sisaket football ground, which was 21 kilometres.
Attaboy, Rob. Attaboy. That's really good, mate. It's a good thing to do. What makes that so rewarding is because you're giving back, right?
Yes, he was, yeah. He said it was a really hot day. He said sometimes he felt like he wanted to give in because it was too hot. But he said he walked all the way, he got to the ground and he said he was shattered. But he'd raised £250,000 baht.
That's fantastic, mate. How old is he?
He's 59, just 59.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
so 21 k's in the heat, mate, is pretty good effort anyway, right?
Yeah.
That's a good thing, mate. Yeah. That's a good thing.
And we went to see the school when I was there. They were just building the classroom. Now he sent me a picture. It's finished completely. It's the first classroom to have indoor toilets.
Nice.
And aircon. We went to see the lady. The principal was a really nice lady. She asked me, can I speak to the kids? There's about 4 kids in a classroom.
Is it really rural? Yeah,
really rural. Yeah,
that's hard to say, isn't it?
Yeah, really rural. Yeah. All the swings are all broken and things like that.
Okay.
And it was rainy season as well.
I like that sort of thing because too much philanthropy and sponsored this and that doesn't go to people that you even know or are in your community. So doing something like that's a positive thing, mate. Yeah. It's a very positive thing. So we've gone through a lot of the positives. Do you have any frustrations or just in general about living up there that you didn't have here?
Not really, but I think one of the frustrations I always find is the driving. Because a lot of them don't.
I've driven in your town, mate.
Yeah, they don't indicate, they pull out, they don't even think about anyone else, they don't think about motorcycles, they don't think about bicycles. The driving is pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into that right now, mate.
As I live there, I find I enjoy it more and more as I live there.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like if I would say to you, if anyone wants to come to retire to Thailand, don't think of Phuket, don't think of Pattaya. Go somewhere a little more rural. I promise you'll be a lot happier.
Why?
Because life's a lot simpler. I mean, if you come to Bangkok, you're going to get into a routine of drinking, going to Nana or Soy Cowboy, and once you get into that routine, it's very hard to stop. But if you go to a rural area where the life's a lot slower, by the way, there are those sort of places in Nang Rong as well.
Okay, of course.
Yeah, you know,
everywhere in the Thai
by
country.
the bus station.
Yeah.
But if you live in a rural place, you'll find that life's a lot slower. You live in Bangkok, you live in Pattaya, you live in Phuket. You're going to get into that routine where you think, I'm going to sit drinking, and then that's where in those places you find negative foreigners. And if you surround yourself with those negative people, it will start to make you feel negative, and you'll start to hate Thailand. Whereas I live in Nang Rong,
That's a very good point, mate. Actually.
and I really like Thailand because where I live, because the people are nice, they're very friendly, they share food, they give you food. Now you go to Pattaya or you go to Phuket, that is not going to happen. You're going to be sat in a bar, sometimes at 8 o'clock in the morning, drinking with other expats who've been there a long time, got no money, feeling very negative. They hate the place, but they'll never leave.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Because they don't want to go back to their own country.
Right. Yeah, there are a lot of negative expats around, and I think two things. I think one, if you're in a tourist area, you sometimes have that mentality of everyone's trying to rip me off.
Yes.
Or everyone's trying to get a buck out of me. But when you're in a different area, well, nobody is. But the second one is, I think there's two different kinds of people. Me and you, to a certain degree, like the quiet lifestyle.
Yeah.
Whereas some people do like to run with a crowd. Some people do like to be with their fellow people, like people from their own country or from. There's nothing wrong with that, but I guess different folks for different strokes, right?
Yeah. If you come to a different, not borough, any area in ISAN, you'll find you'll enjoy life a lot more because you're not surrounding yourself with people who think, oh, I hate Thailand. I wish I didn't live here. I wish I had some money. Yeah. Don't surround yourself with those sort of people. Surround yourself with people who are quite positive, and then you'll enjoy a lot more.
Yeah.
Because if you're sat with negative people and their negative energy is coming onto you, you're thinking, why am I here? Why do I want to live here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So my advice would be go somewhere different. Go to anywhere.
Not just ISAN though, right? I would say any small town or any countryside place.
Go down south.
Yeah.
Any places like that. Jump on.
Phetchaburi.
Yeah, Phetchaburi. Yeah, those sort of places. You probably you'd find that you'd enjoy Thailand much more.
You made to feel welcome.
Yes.
You're not trying to get ripped off.
Yeah.
And unless you act like a prick, people are going to be absolutely fine too.
Jim, I'll ask you, because you lived in Mimri a long time.
Yep.
I did as well. I now live in Nang Rong. Have you ever had a problem?
No, I mean, I create my own problems, as you know. I'm quite hot-headed, so I create my own problems. If someone raises their voice to me, I'm not good, mate. At 51, I need to calm myself down, because I do every now and then have a ding-dong or a row with someone, but in general, they're self-inflicted problems. Yes. So in answer to your question, never had a problem brought to me.
No.
For no reason. Never. And honestly, I mean, Mimbori, Samwa, Nonjok, if you don't want to see another foreigner, then you won't see one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of people that live here, right? There's loads of foreigners that live here, but tucked away and dotted away. And
these are the places that you should be thinking of moving to. Don't base yourself in Bangkok. Don't base yourself in Pattaya, because you'll find that you'll hate it. After about 6 months to a year, you'll think, I don't want to live here no more. Yeah.
Particularly on retirement, yeah, because usually people on retirement, the lucky ones have got loads of money, and other ones have got a certain budget, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that there's a lot of temptations in the tourist areas as well. And I'm not just talking about ladies and stuff like that. I'm talking about restaurants, Western food, Western clothes, things that cost a lot of money, right?
Yeah. And you do find some people won't eat Thai food. I don't know why, because it's probably some of the best food in the world. No, I want to have a breakfast. I want to have an English breakfast and things like that. So why are you moving here?
Yeah.
If you want to come here to eat English food, stay at home.
Looking back on your move, would you have done anything differently?
The house we got a good. I've noticed a few problems. I've noticed little things like the tap will move a bit if you turn it.
Okay, finishing.
Some things like I noticed one thing. If I tried to hide them, there's a cracked tile. I've noticed that. Right. So they must have cracked it when they put it in. Sure. Just little things that you find it annoying, sort of. after you paid all my money.
So what you're saying is you would have kept on top of it a bit more? Is that
Yes,
what you're saying,
yeah.
Looking forward, how do you see the next 10 years unfolding, or how would you like to see the next 10 years unfolding?
I wouldn't like to do any sort of work whatsoever. I'd just live off my pension if I could, because I relax more. Of course, I like to exercise 3 times a week. I'd still like to continue doing that. I'd like to get another house one day, maybe, something like that.
So pension-wise, are you living off a state pension, or have you got your pension from the post office?
Pension from the post office.
And then the state pension will kick in when you're 65, 67?
67
That's rude, mate. 67, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is rude, mate.
But I just wonder, have I missed? Will I still get it at 65 because I was paid in when I was a long time ago? Do I have to now wait till I'm 67?
You're 61 now. I reckon you get it 65. I don't know, mate.
Yeah, I don't know.
But so when you hit 65, I presume that'll mean you won't need to do any hours of work at all.
None whatsoever.
And you can just live a life.
But I only do a couple of hours a day. Just maybe because
keeps you busy.
yeah, it keeps me busy. It keeps my mind active.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is there anything about your experience in Buriram that others might find useful? You know, the kind of people that you've been here a few times on holiday. You might have even lived here for a couple of years. But is there anything you might be able to tell them about living up there in the countryside that might be useful to them that you haven't already told us?
Just that you'll find the people where if you move to ISAN are more original than the people you meet in Pattaya or are after your money. I've seen stories in paper and on the news.
Yeah, yeah.
People are ripping people off.
Yeah.
But you won't get that up in ISAN. It all depends where you live. You could live in Royat, you could live in Sisaket, you could live in Buriram. But you'll find that people are much more friendlier and they won't try to take your money off you.
Closing words, Steve. What have you got to tell the world, or what have you got to tell retirees about choices and stuff like that, mate?
Come here, choose where you want to live, but make sure it's somewhere where you're going to be happy. And don't get involved with any negativity. The people I live with are nice, they're friendly, sociable, and that is just my life choice. It's up to you what you do with your life. Christmas is coming.
What message have you got to get? A message of joy to the world, please, Steve. What message have you got to give to the world?
Well, I'm not a big Christmas fan.
Why? Christmas is great.
Yeah, maybe you were, but you know, I told you about when I was a young child.
Right.
What my father used to give us, because he spent a lot of his time in the children's home. We had to eat an apple and an orange before we opened our presents. And now I ate oranges. Ate them.
Do you? Yeah?
No, sorry. Ate apples. I don't mind oranges. Orange juice, but...
Okay. And let's leave this, Steve, with a joke, shall we? We did that last time. Let's do it again.
All right.
We're going to say a topical joke. So, Steve, tell us a Christmas joke, my friend.
Right. When I was a child, I didn't like Christmas because one Christmas my father gave me an empty box. I said, "What's that?" He says, "An Yorkshireman deserter." I'm here all week. I've never been. I mean, you've got Jacob, so I understand why you like Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big fan of it. I mean, that's why I like living in Thailand, because I know you like Christmas dinner. I'm not. I don't really eat Christmas. I've eaten it once, and I'll quite happily have something farm makes.
Bar humbug. And with that bombshell, I'm going to say this. Happy Christmas, have a wonderful Christmas, have a lovely New Year, holiday period, festive period, call it whatever you want, have a wonderful time, and if I don't see you before, I shall see you from the bush, or behind the bush from which I'm hiding, peering into your window. See you soon, happy Christmas, peace.